we are going to teach you the basic understanding of camera exposure.
ISO refers to how sensitive the image sensor is. 100 ISO is less sensitive to light and has low grain and noise. 6400 ISO is more sensitive, has high grain and noise. Pros. Low ISO, you can have low grain, so you will have a clearer picture. High ISO, you will be able to use your camera in less exposed areas. Cons. Low ISO, less light gets in. Higher ISO, you can have a grainy picture.
Aperture. Aperture is how open the lens is. The smaller the f-stop, the more open the lens is, which lets in more light. If you have a higher f-stop, such as f22, the lens will not be as open and will let less light in. Since the more light you will let in if you have a higher f-stop, the photo will get a higher exposure. Also, if you have a low f-stop, like f2.8, you will get a shallower depth of field, and less things will be in focus, and you will have more bokeh or blur. Whereas if you have a higher f-stop, you will have a wider depth of field, more things will be in focus, and you will have less bokeh. Pros of aperture, or when using, you can get more bokeh to make your photo look a little more professional. A con is when you have a higher f-stop, less light will be let in, and the darker your photo will be.
Shutter speed is how long the shutter is open. Long shutters has more light and more blur. Short shutter has less light and less blur. Pros. Long shutter you can get more light, and short shutter you can get less motion blur. Cons. Long shutter is more motion blur, and short shutter speed has less light. And that is the basic of camera exposure.